Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Thanks for coming out. I'm over at my friend Matt's, who's the vintage two-cycle motorcycle guru of Manatee County, including Holmes Beach, Oneiko, Samoset, and Myakka City. So, we had a little adventure about a month ago. I did a video, but the sound quality was terrible, so I ditched it. So this is about 4 weeks later. In the meantime, Matt's gotten these two machines up and running, and I'll give you a little bit of background, and he can tell you what happened with these. So I had seen an ad for a 74 CB350F advertised, and asked the guy where he was located, and it's actually 2 stone throws from Matt's house. So I came to get him. We met with the guy. He had 2 scooters for sale as well, an 86 what is this, Helix, and then an 87 Honda Elite 125 250. Yeah, I don't get these plastic machines straight. So we ended up doing a package deal. We bought all 3 for $1,000. The machines came out of Pine Island. They were submerged in the Gulf of Mexico during Hurricane Ian, and we'll discuss how we got these running when they were totally submerged. And I'll show you the Honda 354. There's actually some roofing insulation all over the machine from where it was submerged under water. So I'm going to turn the microphone over to Matt. He'll tell you about what we got for compression, what we did to get these things up and running. And he actually was just up at Barber over the weekend, the vintage motorcycle weekend up in Leeds, Alabama, and he had the Honda Elite up there and rode it around, put a lot of miles on that. So let me turn you over to Matt, the two-cycle motorcycle guru.
Okay, first we had 0 compression on these bikes. First they were locked up. The engines were locked up. They were unable to turn over at all. So we used Tommy's secret formula of half acetone, half automatic transmission fluid, mixed 50-50. You can actually see the line where they need to mix. Yeah. And put that in and got them to free up. They had to get worked back and forth with the crankshaft, and they finally freed up and spun a full revolution. Put some more in it, let it sit. In the spark plug hole, we put this ATF acetone mix, let it sit for 2 days, cranked it, had 45 pounds compression on this before we added this, and 0 compression on the black one. After letting this sit in there for 2 days, cranked them again, got 90 pounds and 95 pounds, just barely enough to run. So hooked jump boxes and battery chargers and everything to get them spinning, and got them both running, but then had all kinds of other problems. This had an electric fuel pump with electrical problems that was down below the water level, so we put in an automotive fuel pump just to power and ground. It's on anytime the key's on. A little low pressure, like a 4-pound pump. New carburetor, because the carburetor looked like it came from the Titanic. And that was it. And this thing just fired right up after fires up and idles and everything. So really, carburetor, fuel pump, some wiring. All the wiring down low for the brake switch, all the switches were messed up, so we had to put a separate switch directly to the solenoid just so it would crank anytime. Had to do that on both bikes. The other one didn't need a carburetor, and once we got it spinning and got some decent compression, it doesn't even have, you really can't see anything because this is the fuel tank, it's all under there, but this doesn't even have a fuel pump. It has the little fuel valve that works from vacuum. This one didn't need a carburetor, didn't even need a battery. This one was amazing. We just got it cleaned up, and it fired up after we got the engine freed up and compression, and rode it all weekend at Barber, put a couple 100 miles on it, and smoked when we first got it running, but now it quit smoking. So I guess the rings kind of seeded back after all the rust was in there, got washed out. So yeah, two two good scooters. That one's only got, I think, like 4,000 miles or something, 7,000 miles. This one's got 13,000. But this one still has a blacked out screen. So it's got lights, it's got turn signal, it's got everything it needs, even a horn. But it doesn't. It has dash lights, but it doesn't have a readout. The readout shorted out. When we first initially looked at them, it actually worked, and then just messing around with it, it quit. The water got in there somehow and shorted it. So, but yeah, that's it. New battery on this one, and a little jury rig wire for the start switch, and yeah, that's it. Power and ground to the fuel pump. Couldn't be simpler, really.
Well, thank you. Thanks, Matt, for that update. We had great luck with these two Hondas, and let me show you the Honda 1974 350F. So Matt's working on this bike he got from Barber. No spark on this. He's trying to get spark. So we're doing a little troubleshooting.
Another battery in my ohm meter because it keeps beeping out, so I gotta re-battery it.
I'm throwing you all around. Sorry about that. So this thing is totally rusty, was submerged. You can see all the surface rust, some leftover salt. So really crusty on this thing. We can't get this thing to budge. We had put the magic potion in the cylinders, and like Matt said, it's been sitting 4 weeks. We have not been able to get this one to break free. So this was the casualty out of the three. We don't know if this thing will break free. You can see all the surface rust on this thing. So this will be for parts, whatever I can salvage on this. I have the tank at home. I did a video on that. That's got apple cider vinegar in it. I'll show you a couple videos on how to de-rust the tank. But you can see here on the spokes where the water went through the garage. You can see all the insulation here. The spokes actually caught the insulation as it was going through the water. So this thing was totally submerged, a little rust every couple inches. So this thing's a basket case. I don't know if it'll ever be in running condition again. Like I said, it's probably going to be a parts machine. So I just hit a button here. I don't know what the deal is. Hopefully I'm not screwing up the video. I appreciate you coming out, checking out these three fine beauties. So we're at 66.6% success rate. This old 74 Honda, I think, has met its match with the Gulf of Mexico salt water. Kind of too bad. But anyway, appreciate you coming out. Please tip your waitress and wait staff. Hopefully I didn't kill the audio here at the end of the video. Have a good day.